Hey everybody, Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3 has begun. We are live. So, if you're watching this live, welcome. Please announce yourself when you come into the room, to the program. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my channel, and please like my videos, and also leave a comment. Because if you do all three things, what the YouTube algorithms will do, they will send Coaching for the Soul around the planet, and put it into people's YouTube feed if they need a little bit more Coaching for the Soul. So it helps build the channel, which is what I would love you to do to help me. We're kind of a team together. And so, yeah, that would be great. We're gonna have a good time today. Hello, Haley. Hi, Diane. How's it going? Yeah. Gonna do some cool stuff today. I don't know how long it's gonna last. I think it's gonna last an hour today. I just had that feeling from Spirit. So, hey, Kathy, how's it going? Hey, Ryan. Baby, we all need some Coaching for the Soul, right, Ryan? I know I do. I know I do. Man, oh man, especially now. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Yes. Yes. So, hi, Shelly. How you doing? Today's an interesting day because it's the first day, it's the day before, hey, Blake. It's the day before the intense Mercury retrograde tomorrow in Virgo. So it is tough. It is tough. Thank you, Pat. We had a good element reading time today, didn't we? Yeah, pretty good. Pat is part of the element memberships. And yeah, so today was his conversation with me. It was pretty cool. So if you're interested in element memberships, guys, they're on my webpage at billhobart.com. So it's a great way to help me help you to further your spirituality. Yeah. And keep you pumped up. Keep your vibration high. Yep. And yes, the Queen Elizabeth died today. So that's going to be part of the conversation because it's supposed to be, from what Spirit says. So yeah, it's going to affect the whole world, and it's also going to affect us. So we'll see how we progress through this time together, right? Hi, Alex. How are you doing? Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the universe. We all know that. As of tomorrow, hey, Yolanda, how are you? As of tomorrow, I guess we're going to start. As of tomorrow, there are 6 planets retrograde, okay? And that is a lot of planets going backwards. And so everything, we're all having recollections. We are all being challenged. We're all being force-fed spirits. Hi, Allison Strange. We're all being force-fed stuff that we don't think that we need, but we really need to. And what I mean by that is that we're receiving things that we don't think we need at this time, and most of those things are to get us to let stuff go. Hi, Amanda. To get us to let it go. I know for myself, I've been having dreams from, in my 20s and 30s with people that I haven't seen in 40 years, 30 years, okay? Back working in the shoe store, back with my first manager in the shoe store. I mean, everything. And that happens a lot for me. And I know that is clearing out my library, right? My psychic library. Hey, Joan, right? We all have it. And we have to get rid of certain things that our library can be full of memories and of experiences and things like that. And so what this does at this point in time is it gets us to relive certain things, and then our soul decides keep it or not. And usually for me, it is no, let it go. Hi, Sherry. Okay, so we're all going through that. And even for people who say they don't remember their dreams, they're remembering their dreams. They're waking up in the middle of the dream, and they want to go back into the dream after they wake up because they're being pulled to look at it again or look at the people again, usually is what it is. So that we can either let them go or have that experience again, or it was an important time in our life, or it was a turbulent time in our life. All right? So all those things are happening not because of the retrogrades, chimes, but because of the ascension and us moving through 4D, right? And Spirit says coming to terms with our past, coming to terms with our past, and understanding that the past does not define us. Spirit says, which is true. And many, many times, hey Susan, many, many times for us, we live in this time within our past. And that is something that the universe is trying to get us to stop doing. Hi, Julie. They're trying to get us to stop living through our heart, right? It's in our heart. I mean, that's where we carry stuff. The remembrance. Why? Because ego, the voice in our head, is tied to our heart. Hi, Laura. So it is super, super important, especially during our ascension time, that we really look at that. Now, with Mercury going retrograde tomorrow, don't buy a house if you can, unless you look at everything on the contract. Don't buy a car unless you do the same thing. Don't buy a condo. Don't buy a boat. Don't buy anything big unless you look at everything meticulously to make sure that there's nothing hidden. Simply because Mercury is a communication planet and it will trick you. You will not see something. I mean, that's just how it is. Watch your emails. A lot of stuff will go to spam that never goes to spam. Watch that you don't text a lot of people. Because when you text a lot of people during Mercury retrograde, 3.5 weeks till October the 2nd, things will get lost. They will get confused. They will take a tone of, oh my God, I can't believe that he said that to me, when that wasn't the tone at all. So the best thing to do is to talk on the phone, see people in person, limit emails, limit texts. If you do send an email, make sure that you text them or call them and say, I want to make sure that you receive my email. Because if you don't do that, what happens is you think they received the email, Mercury has a different idea. No, that email went to spam, or that email went to Joe Smo, who's going to just delete it because something in the address is not correct. And Spirit says even if it is correct, they will send it someplace else to see if you're following up to make sure that you understand that you understand that they got the email. Same thing with the text. When you text during Mercury retrograde especially, the energy is so much higher and so much more confusing for human because we communicate all the time. All the time. It can be nonverbal and we're still communicating, right? And so people, hi Kathy, so people can even take your energy wrong during Mercury retrograde. To be a lot more angry people because they're frustrated. A lot more road rage, Spirit says. A lot more assholes. I mean, honestly, that's what it comes down to. So we have to make sure, as starseeds, as light workers, right, that we make sure that we're balanced, that we do our work in the morning, that we do our meditations, that we do all the stuff that we need to do to make sure that we're prepared for the day. This is the last day of the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde. It's normally 10 days. Well, I know I've been feeling it 10 days ago. Because it's in Virgo, I am the Capricorn, and since it's a Virgo earth sign, I will feel it. This is the one that I feel the most. The other two, not so much, because we have 3 a year. So Virgos will really feel it. Taurians might feel it a little bit, but Capricorns will definitely feel it because we're not that far from Capricorn season, all right? So the 6 planets that are in retrograde, it is Saturn, it is Pluto, Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, and Uranus. So we have 6 planets out of 10 that are in retrograde motion. So we all have those in our charts, in our birth charts, all right? So if you don't have your birth chart, let me know and I'll get you one. All I need is the day you're born, the time you're born, the city you're born in, okay? I think that's all I need. Yes, if you have all those things. If you don't have the time, it's okay. Just say AM, PM, whatever, and I'll send you one. You can do that through billhobart, intuitive@gmail.com, or you can do it through Messenger. You can text me, 248-310-7689, and I'll send it back to you within a couple hours, all right? So there's a lot of stuff going on. There is energy galore, all right? So the first thing we're going to talk about intensely is the passing of Queen Elizabeth. It's transformation, all right? And hang on. She passed away at this time as a symbol of transformation. 96 years old, was feeble, but she died quickly. And understanding that us as humans, we will ascend quickly. 5D is only 2.5 years away. Chimes. And I'm telling you, ascension will happen if you like it or not. Understanding too that the less control we put on it, the less we listen to the voice in our head, the more that we talk out loud to our guides, the more that we ask spirit questions, the more that we do our work, the more control we are believing, the more involved we are, Spirit says, in our ascension, in understanding that when you talk out loud, when you have those conversations with your guides, by just saying Spirit and then having the conversation, I need you to help me with this. I don't understand what this is. I often say, Spirit, I need you to show me what's next. What's the next step? All right? And he did that last week with some public speaking things. And it's interesting that the people that he brought me, hey Sheena, they brought me, it was a joke. I mean, it was just absolutely, it was nothing but a sales technique for them to get millions of dollars in one setting. Hey Laura. And it just, I mean, hundreds of thousands of dollars in a free 5-day thing. And I watched a bit of it and I just laughed. Like, this is a joke, an absolute joke. But then there's another one, Lee Harris Energy, and I post this on my Facebook page a lot because I think he's fantastic. The next day, something popped up, and it's like, okay, Bill, that's for you. So I signed up for it, and I posted it on my Facebook page. It's only $200 for, I don't know how much, 6 months, whatever it is. And yes, and I'm going to start that, I believe, next week. So that's interesting, right? Is that when I asked what's next, what's the next step, they bring me two guys, one which I don't care for, the other person I do. But the guy that I don't care for kind of took over every time I watched it. He did all the yapping, even though he would say, okay, you can go ahead, and the guy would make two or three comments, he'd step on him. Well, it's all about money, okay? So you're gonna see more of those things. But I'm telling you, there's no difference between myself and you. There's no difference, right? There's no difference. I ask for what I want. Why? Because I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve everything that I want. Everything. Have I always been like that? Oh, yeah. Did I ever think I would get it? Ego would tell me no. But me? Oh, I knew. If I had to work my ass off to get what I wanted, I always got what I wanted. The money, the luxury, the position didn't matter. Hey, Adrian. All right? Even when people would tell me, Bill, you're never going to attain that. Trust me, the Capricorn will make that thing. I guarantee you. All right? And I proved every single person wrong. Now, in this career, let's say, in this part of my life, I have to tell myself a lot. The same thing. Bill, you're going to get what you want. It's just taking more time. Why? Because you're not the one controlling it. In other situations, in other lifetimes, this lifetime, right? All of my chapters, I've been the one in control. And I'll tell you what, nothing was going to stop me from getting what I wanted within weeks, 30 days tops, all right? Because I'm the workhorse, and I would do my work and do my due diligence all the time. I learned very, very quickly, all right? So it's all about that, Chimes. It's about understanding that we have to steward our ship, that we can't, again, are we waiting for things to come? Yes. If we work too hard to get there, you're going to get diverted. Hey, Cheryl, you're going to get diverted. It's not going to come because human energy, third dimensional energy, pushing for what we want, searching for what we're supposed to do next. I need to know. No, you don't. I'm looking for my house. Why? Let it find you. Let them bring you the house. I'm looking for my car, looking for my husband, looking for my wife, looking for my dog, whatever it might be. You have to say, Spirit, I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that man. I'm ready for that woman. Blah, 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 blah. I'm ready for my dog. I want it to be this. Help me find the dog I'm supposed to have. Make sure that you da 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 da. Tell them what you need, and then let it go. Set it there, because I'm telling you, you will get it if you just put it out there and forget it. If ego grabs a hold of that, and all of a sudden you are reeling at night, you're reeling in the daytime, you can't get it out of your mind, like a song you heard this morning or haven't heard in 5 years. Remember that? When you just can't get rid of the song in your head, that's ego. That's ego. Trying to control you. Trying to control you. Trying to get you to do things like you've done them in the past. And that doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. In fourth dimensional energy, which is much lighter, much fluffier, much more wonderful, much more, I call it brainiac, right? That parts of our brain we've never used before are now connecting to this beautiful, glorious universe with all this energy and all this stuff just waiting for us. Just waiting for us. And as we go through our process, trust me, third dimensional ego are going to grab the back of our shirt or our belt buckle or our pants, our pockets of our jeans, whatever, and want to pull us back. No, leave me alone. I'm fine. I don't need you to take care of me anymore. I don't need you. I'm smarter than you. I'm smarter than you. I'm smarter than you. And when you say that out loud to ego, ego goes, oh my God, I'm so glad you freaking said that because I'm exhausted. And that's what it's all about. Hi, Nancy. That's what it's all about, right? Is that telling your ego, I'm stronger than you, and then getting it to stop. Hey, Michelle. You have to. Because if you don't remember to tell your ego it's a lie, if you don't tell ego it's a lie, if you don't tell ego that's a lie, it's going to continue to lie to you. And it's easy during Mercury retrograde, Saturn retrograde, Jupiter retrograde, Mars retrograde, Uranus retrograde, to fall back into patterns that no longer serve you. That no longer serve you. And that's because those patterns are comfortable for you, because you've always been that person. I will never forget when I was in my talk therapy for 13 years, my sister actually said this to me. Therapy's ruining you. You're not the same person anymore. Not supposed to be the same person anymore. I started therapy at 40. 40. After I caught my doctor partner with another person in our bedroom in the middle of the afternoon. I came home early. Surprise! Ha! That didn't work out too well, did it? But that sent me to therapy after loss after loss after loss. But 13 years of therapy and understanding that I did the talk therapy because I was supposed to do the talk therapy to get to this point. See? But understanding too that in that I learned about ego. In that I learned no. Don't be talking to that. No. Don't be listening to that stuff. Because I'm stronger than you are. Because I'm here and you're not. And you're not. Because ego is in past lives. It remembers every way that you died in every single lifetime. And it's going to tell you you're going to freeze to death, you're going to get smothered, you're going to die in war. All this energy, it doesn't understand what it is. So it's going to make every excuse in the world to make you go, oh my God, I need a cocoon. Or lash out at people. Lash out, have that anger that comes from nowhere, that just comes up and roars to people. And that's what happens during Mercury retrograde for sure. And Uranus retrograde, okay? Because Uranus wants to break shit apart. It wants to bust it open. Just absolutely just bust it open, okay? It doesn't want to take any time. It just wants it to end. Hey, Teresa Parker. And ego is like, oh, no. Don't go in that light. Don't go in that light. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. Hey, Pratik. Yeah. See? Because it is ancient, Spirit says. It is an ancient instinct that no longer serves us. And that's the truth. That is the truth. Being in third dimension for 12,000 years Ego's been there every single point of every time, of every disaster, of everything negative that ever happened to you in 12,000 years that you possibly could have been on the earth. And it's going to remind you, not in verbals, not going to say something to you, okay? Although it might sometimes. It'll make you feel it. Fear. Fear. Okay? And it does not want you to transform. It does not want you to go through the transformation because it doesn't know what that is. It doesn't know what fourth dimensional energy is. It doesn't know what 5D is. It doesn't know what 6D is. It doesn't know what 12D is. It has no idea what that is. Why? Because it's been in third dimensional energy for 12,000 years. That's the only time ego's been with us. So now we don't need it anymore. Right? So as I talked about with the Queen, it's transformation. She died quickly at 96. I hope to be so lucky to be that person at 96. And I believe that I will be as the energy shifts, as there's less disease, as there's less negativity, as there's less of everything that no longer serves us. It no longer serves us to be those people. And that's what retrogrades are all about, is showing us what no longer serves us. And it doesn't just let it happen. It freaking smacks us in the face. It makes us feel it here. We go, oh my God, why doesn't that work? Why am I not getting where I want to go? Why is it taking so long? Well, during Saturn retrograde, it's structure. It's not going to let you move forward. It's going to stop you. It's going to stop you. It doesn't matter where Saturn is in your birth chart. It's going to stop, whatever house it's in, it's going to stop you in that part of your life. Then you got Jupiter retrograde, which wants to move forward. It's in Aries, and it wants to rock and roll. Well, Saturn's saying, no. Sorry, you might be bigger than me, but I'm stronger than you when it comes to negativity, when it comes to stopping the flow. Mars is the warrior planet. Pluto wants to bust stuff apart. That's why it takes 24 years to go through a sign. Started in 2008 in Capricorn. It ends next year. My life has completely changed since 2008. Has yours? This Capricorn felt it, and I'm like, it can't be that tough. Well, I've never been through it before, because it takes 148 years to go through the zodiac, I think it is. 182 years. Yeah. No. Last time no. I didn't expect to be where I'm at now. But it made sure that everything that I knew busted apart. And I was free falling, right? Like, what the hell? What am I supposed to do now? Everything that I've done in the past no longer serves me. So how do I fix it? It's 6 planets in retrograde starting tomorrow. Yep, Joe. 6. Okay? So everyone that says that stuff doesn't matter isn't paying attention. Is not paying attention. They may say, oh, it's just this, oh, it's just that, or I'm above it. Okay. It means you're internalizing how you're feeling. Hey, Carol, and I will tell you that when things go wrong in a communication, it is I just say I ask Mercury retrograde. I don't take it on. I just let it go. Yeah, Joe. Mercury goes retrograde tomorrow. We're in the pre-shadow right now. Yep. Tomorrow afternoon, Mercury goes retrograde. Nope. So that all works with us because that's where we come from. And as we go through this transformation, we are being pulled every way from, it's just amazing in a good way, but then a bad way. Hey, Kelly, that is like, okay, we see the light at the end of the tunnel, but then we go, oh my God, it is like going through mud. How do I get there? Hey, Paula, how do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do this? You don't. You ask them to help you, and you go forward. You go forward, you go forward, you go forward. Because they're trying to get you to, number one, let your fear go. Number two, bust your world apart. Number three, have you be in a high enough vibration to where you are accepting and understanding, and they're delivering the message that you're supposed to have so that you know, oh, that's what that is. Oh, that's what that is. Okay, I'm secure in that. All right? Hey, Paula. And understanding, too, that things take time. All right? I believe from them that as we get further and further away from third dimension, things happen much quicker, Chimes, because we're lighter weight. We're not deep thinkers. We're not stuck in our heart center, right? Where everything in human being lies. It truly does. And I believe from them that as we go forward, we will still be emotional, but we will not be as emotional to past life stuff. Okay? Families will shift. Families will change. How families treat each other will change eventually. Usually for people my age, I'm 62, would be my grandchildren if I had kids. Hey, Scott. So understanding it's not going to be like that. But we will see the evolution, Spirit says, the change will happen before our eyes, and we will say, oh my gosh, that's so remarkable. If we are enlightened, if we are connected, if we are on our journey. I know that there are some people that will say, oh my God, you need to spank your child. That child needs to be in that parents, grandparents. No, I don't do that to my kids. I'm not going to hit them, number one. I'm going to have a conversation with them, because guess what? Their soul might be older than my soul. They're stuck in a little baby body. So them having a tantrum is for a reason, because they don't understand and they don't have the vocabulary. Their brain's not grown enough for them to actually tell you to shut the hell up. The energy in here is bad. What's wrong with this? What's wrong with this? What's wrong with this? Why are you acting like that? Why? They can't do that. So they get frustrated and have tantrums. So it's okay to have a tantrum with them, because then they go, oh, you feel it too. I get it. And they stop. Trust me, it works. It works. But to punish them is wrong. You're sending them the message that my feelings don't matter. My feelings don't matter. Well, my child is selfish. They should be selfish. Teach your children to be selfish. Does it mean that they get everything that they want? No. But they should believe that they can have everything that they want. Grandchildren, that I know. Spirit says that's why grandparents are so much easier to get along with than parents. Because, oh, I can spoil them, they're my grandchildren. But you wouldn't give it to them when they were younger. Why? Why? Because we couldn't afford it. Okay, couldn't do this. Blah, 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 blah. There's always a reason why they didn't do it. That's because it was their responsibility, they thought, to continue the line of need, of want, of starvation, of you can't have it, of negativity, to get my child to understand the world is not their oyster. Well, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. But that's why we find it so easy to spoil grandchildren, my nieces and nephews, all kinds of different things, usually to the parent's chagrin. But why are you doing that? You're making them selfish. Good. They're supposed to be selfish. Why? Because as we go further and further in this lifetime, you'll receive everything that you want like that. 5D, 6D in 10 years? Oh my God. Trust me. From what they've shown me, it is like friggin' heaven. The world is a totally different place by 2025. 2026 and to 2030, a totally different place than what it is today. The energy, who we take care of, who has the money, who gets everything they want. Most people. Okay? Because they're taking care of that. We just have to be there, Chimes. We have to be there to accept it. And how many times do we not accept it? How many times do we not, oh my gosh, yes, I love that. I tell people every day to get on Facebook, to get on YouTube, to have a YouTube feed, and get on Instagram, and just see what the universe is sending you. And how many people do it? I would say 1 out of 10. Because their ego, I don't have time, I don't think so, or blah, 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 whatever it might be, right? I don't want to waste my time. There's nothing there. Why would I do that? Okay, that's negative, 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 and more negative. And everything that you want is getting further and further and further away. Because they're trying to guide you. They're trying to lead you. And if you don't buy into it, if you don't believe you're going to get what you want, it'll take longer for you to get it. You're going to get it eventually. Eventually you're going to get it. But you'll be like, oh my gosh, why did it take me 9 years to get what I wanted? A decade. Why did it take me a decade when it should have taken 3 years? It should have taken 4 years. It could have taken 1 year. If ego wasn't in charge of your life and you believed that, nah, it's not going to work. Negative out, negative back. Positive out, faith. Positive net faith back. That's the way it works. I taught that in my stores every single day. What you put out there is going to come back. You want to be busy, make yourself $3,000-$4,000 today in sales, and make yourself a freaking $1,000 paycheck. This is what you got to do. There is no negativity. You can't be negative. You have to be in your zone, a higher vibration, to get what you want. At work, at play, in your family, anywhere. Right? Hey, Chrissy, our job is to facilitate that. Our job is to lift the energy up and continue to keep it up. Just by being ourselves, just being connected to the divine, keeping the energy so high that nothing negative can hurt us, that nothing out there can make us change where we're going, because they need us to be there quicker than not. Hey, Jennifer, that's what the deal is. That's what our plan was, right? We signed that contract before we came back to Earth that said, you're going to be here, you're going to be here, you're going to be here, you're going to be here. But human has free will. And we'll mess something up if we possibly can because of our ego. That freaking voice in our head that's tied to our heart. Okay? That's why aliens come to Earth, everybody. Because humans have a heart. The aliens in my house in 2018, they didn't have hearts 3 different times. There was no heart showing anywhere on their body. There was a pump that pumped fluid through their body, but they did not have a human heart. And that's why they were here, to learn how to be somewhat human. So to understand humans' emotions, negative emotions for 12,000 years. I know, our heart has been in negative emotion for 12,000 years. And there's nothing that you can do in past lives to change that. This lifetime, there is a way to do that. There is a way, because you have to do your meditations in the morning. You have to clear your energy. You have to do the things that you have to do for you. For you. Because when you do it, your children feel it. When you do it, your spouse feels it. Chimes. The energy in your house switches like that. And you're like, oh my God, look at this. Look at this. I cannot believe how great this week was, and it's freaking Mercury retrograde. Yeah. Don't let ego come back and say, but how do we keep that up? Oh my God, it's not human. We can't do that. It's too much work. That's not true. I did my meditation before I went to work today. For me, did my meditation in the morning when I get up out of bed. Boom. Do my 2 meditations. One from Abraham Hicks and one that is the Violet Flame. Hey, Steve. And if you want them, I'll send them to you. They are freaking amazing. I sit there, eyes closed. I'm in my zone because I just got out of bed. Bailey is wherever. I don't have to worry about him yet. And I can usually do it. But we all have to find the space in the morning to take care of ourselves, to set our day in the right direction. Hi, Veronica. Are you in Spain or are you in Sweden? That's what we have to do. Because if you want your children to go to school in the right headspace, loving themselves, that we have to teach them, right? Because society tells boys they're not masculine enough and girls you're not pretty enough. And that's changing. But what are you buying into? Right? I remember being the skinny little gay boy from Jackson. Not my narrative anymore, but I remember it. In the 60s and 70s. Living in a pretty family. My mother and I were the oddballs. We were not the pretty ones. Trust me, my family's pretty, or was pretty, right? So they didn't teach us any different. It's just the way society treated my family. See, I had to work for everything that I ever got. I wasn't pretty like the rest of my family, and that's okay. I signed that contract to be with those people in this lifetime. I get it. It's Spirit just went. And tell people it's not your fault that you got in that family. See? So understanding those types of things and going, okay, it's not on me. I chose it. And I must have chosen it for a reason. I choose to look at it now as an adult who's ascended, who believes that because I needed to be different than them. And boy, was I different than them. Yeah. Right? There must have been a reason why it was my mom and I who looked very much alike when I was a child. Yeah. The others were not. They were pretty. Olive skin and beautiful hair and yeah. See? So I understand that. But do you? Do you understand that? See? And that's what we have to understand about ourselves is that, okay, I came to this place for a reason with this family. What did I learn and what do I need to effing let go? What do we need to effing let go? Because it no longer serves me. It never has served me. But my GD, I'm going to say it, goddamn ego will not freaking stop. That's because you don't stop it. Because you don't say stop. I'm not listening to that stuff. It's a lie. It's a lie. Ego, that's a lie. That's a goddamn lie. Whatever you want to say is fine. However it comes out of your mouth that you want to make a point, I say the F word a lot. Trust me, a lot. And it's just no, I'm not doing that. Because you don't control me. I'm stronger than you. And ego goes, shrinks right down to nothing. Does it mean that he's always on alert? Oh, trust me. Right back here? Oh, trust me. If I'm still human, and all of us are, it's never going to go away 100%. But guess what? Most of the time, there's no chatter in my head. Other times, like the month of August, I had chatter in my head for pretty much 30 days. Probably 31 days. Every day tearing me down. Every day, and could not get out of it. Could not get out of it. It's just constant. And I tried everything possible to feel good in the morning and go through my day. Do I feel good about that when I'm in it? No. Do I understand it when I'm out of it? Yes. Because what was I transforming? What was I letting go of? What was I feeling again? Hey, Bryn. There's a reason why it happened. We have to ebb and flow, Spirit says. We have to. It can't be all good times and wonderful stuff all the time in our lifetime because that's not how it works. We're in between energies. Now our grandchildren, oh, bonus, right? They're going to be fine. Our children, if they're young enough, oh, they're going to be fine too. Hey, Tracy. Yeah, right? Because they're in the transformational mode. They're in the energy. They don't know any different. And most of them did not come back with past life energy. They did not. All that was wiped clean before they came back to Earth. So that's why they might be this precious child who's vulnerable and emotional and loving and doesn't have a bit of emotional distress, emotional stuff. And that is simply because they didn't bring it. Our job is to make sure that we don't put it on them, to remind them of their stuff that they didn't bring with them. That's why it's so important to talk to your children and love on them and make them feel secure and do not spank them, do not yell at them. It's frustration, I get it. Once in a while, okay, but yelling at your husband or your partner, yelling at your kids, yelling at the dog because you're frustrated, you need to take a time out. You need to go outside and do your thing. Go outside and do your stuff, right? That's what you got to do, time out. You're allowed to do that, right? Now, if you have a spouse who's not engaged in the conversation, who's not engaged in raising the children, maybe you picked the wrong person. That person obviously reminds you of something from this lifetime or past lifetime. I see it all the time. I see it in my family. I see it with my sister. She wants more, but she doesn't believe she deserves more from our childhood. And she's 60. Be 61 in November. I'll love her to death, but I can't fix her. Not my job. Not my job. She going through the transformation? Oh yeah, she's going through transformation. And I'm like, yay. Did everything that she would? No. She's that hardcore Scorpio. I ain't doing nothing. You know, it's their fault. It's society's fault. It's their fault. Well, sister, you got some stuff in there. Got some stuff in there too. Past life stuff. We all have it, guys. We all have it. So as we pass through 4D, it isn't the fact that we are being pressured into. Okay, well, you just stopped. Oh, pressured into being in the herd again. It's not about the herd, H-E-R-D. No, it's about individuals who support. Individuals in a tribe. A tribe is different than a herd. A herd doesn't know where the hell it's going. It has no idea. It's running in fear from the predator. That's human history. That's human history. Human running away from dictators. Human running away from war. Human running away from being killed. From being enslaved. All those things are fear-based. We all carry that with us every day until we don't. Until we allow it to leave our body. As we allow it to be healed. Understanding that our entire journey on this planet has been in fear. And Mercury retrograde pops that up. Pluto pops that. Retrograde Pluto does. Retrograde Uranus really does. Retrograde Scorpio or Saturn does. And retrograde Jupiter does. It all has something to do with our past lives. And trying to rid us of the bullshit that all of us carry, that energy that we carry that no longer serves us. I'm a little vocal today. He's on fire. Wow. Yeah. So that's what it's all about, is understanding that when we are pressured into doing something now, we have to find a way to let it go. It's not going to go away unless we do. That's guided meditation. That is seriously meditation. That is talking to spirit. That is taking a walk in the forest. That is going by the water, doing whatever you have, putting your feet on the ground when it's warm outside. Put your freaking feet on the ground and sit there. Put your butt down. Do it. You may think, oh, I do it. Watch the cars go by. Whatever. Do it. Chimes. People will think, well, why is mommy sitting on the ground? Daddy, why is daddy sitting on the ground? Blah, 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 blah. Why? We never do that. Well, guess what we do now? I need time. I need time to refocus. I need time to let my you-know-what go. And that's how you do it. By consciously knowing this may help. And I'm telling you what, if you're in a stink, take a walk. Just take a walk. Take a walk in the forest, take a walk around I walk around the apartment complex at least 3, 4, 5 times a week. Because I need to clear my head. Get away from Bailey. It's a lot to take care of the dog. He is absolutely the love of my life. But he absolutely is a responsibility, which is like having a 87, 88, 89-year-old human. Having to do everything for him. Okay? And I get it. Soul contract, I signed up for it. Doesn't mean it's any easier as a human. Because I can't be selfish with him. Because he's a baby. Right? That's how it is. And if it was a child or my father or my mother, my aunt, my uncle, my brothers, my sister, I do the same exact thing. Because I'm supposed to do that. That's my job. Until it's not. But how do I take care of myself? I take a walk. He'll be fine for 45 minutes to an hour. And I go out there and I'm in the sunshine and I talk. And I look at the trees, I look at the landscape, I look at this, I look at that, and I completely let it go. But I have to do that sometimes. As often as I can. Don't do a lot in the wintertime because I don't like the cold. See? So we have to do it when we can. Doesn't mean that you can't go to the mall and walk through the mall. Doesn't mean, again, if you have to get that out, if you have to have a change of scenery, that's what you have to do. That's self-care. And they will go, oh my gosh, bravo, I'm so proud of you because you're actually letting that shit go. You're taking steps to move forward. You're doing everything that you're supposed to do, and you're conscious. That is the key. You have to be conscious of how you're feeling. You have to be conscious that I can fix it. Now, did the Did the walks help me in August? Yes, they did. But the energy from the universe, the energy to shift, the energy from my guides was like, what the F is this about? Holy moly, I don't get it. I mean, I don't get it. I got it. I understand what it is, but I don't understand why I'm going through it again. See? I believe it's to get me ready for Maui. Get me ready once Bailey passes away for Lee and I to pick up everything and move to the house in Maui. It's been 4 years of manifestation. Will it happen? I don't know. I was told yesterday that it's going to happen this year. Well, that could be December 31st, right? Trust me. It could be December 31st. But it's been by that time it'd be 4.5 years, almost 5 years, that I was told we were moving to Maui. Back in 2018, I'm like, well, check that out. Cool, let's go. Let's rock and roll. No, you got to do all your work in Michigan first. Huh? What's that about? Well, how long is that going to take? Don't worry about it. Well, that's who I used to be. Now it's like, okay, it's on the TV every day. I'm just doing my thing. Hey, Amy, doing my work every day. I myself, trying to be as balanced as I can, trying to be conscious of how I feel. I'm doing my routine in the morning. Yeah. You have to do that for yourself. Because if you don't do that for yourself, no one's going to do it for you. Your children may help, make you feel loved and wonderful, and you can give that love to them back. Your spouse, the same exact thing. But what are you doing for you? You have to be selfish. You have to be selfish. You have to have a conversation with your spouse that I need you to watch those children. I need to take a walk. And then when you come back from that walk, do not criticize how he or she handled the children. They're still alive. They're still alive. That's the key. Not dead, still alive. Nope, no emergencies, still alive, they're good. The worst thing you can do is to come back and the house is kind of messy, or they're eating cookies, or whatever it might be, because he was doing it, or she was doing it to get him to calm down, to be quiet, leave him alone, right? It's all frustration. When you walk back in and you're all calm and cool and collected, or you're thinking about on your walk, oh my gosh, what's the house going to look like when I get back? Oh my gosh, what's that going to do when I get back? And you walk in, and it's not like you left it, which sometimes can happen. Even with Bailey, it can happen. Yeah, right? You have to keep your energy balanced. Because if you walk in and don't say anything, bonus. You start picking up stuff, whatever you got to do, they're like, wow, mom's not yelling, dad's not yelling, check that out. Spouse is going, wow, she's in a good space, he's in a good space. They may start yapping. You keep as balanced as you possibly can. Because you just went through a 45-minute or an hour walk of letting your stuff go. Sorry. Yeah. That's what it's all about. Being aware that when I get back in that house, I'm going to make sure that I do not react to what I see. I'm not going to react to because that's what they're used to. And as mommy or daddy changes, or both, everything, the energy in your house, everything lifts up. Everything lifts up. Everybody's happier. They're more cooperative. They know that you love them. Because there's no yelling, no screaming, no spanking. No being like this on top of them. Degrading them. I wish you were like your sister. I wish you were like your brother. I was blessed my parents never said anything like that to us. My sister, I think sometimes they did, because she wanted them to be more like me. And that's not who she is at all. At all. But that's what a lot of parents do. What a lot of teachers do. What a lot of principals do in school. What a lot of bosses do. Oh my gosh, I wish you were like your brother. Oh my gosh, I wish you were like your sister. Why? No. But when you are not connected, when you're not loving yourself, when you're not understanding that they're a muggle and you're not, because if they weren't a muggle, they never say that to you. But in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and 90s, guess what? That I lived through, they were all like that. Even in the 2000s, right? Even my sister, when she would say something to my nephew, I would say, don't say that to him. You shouldn't say that to him. Self-image is everything. It is everything. It is everything. It was something negative. Well, you don't do that, do you? Well, you don't do that, do you? In a maneuvering way. No, Mom, why? Well, I'm glad you don't, Gosh, because if you did, I don't know what I would do. Oh my God, stop. Stop. Why are you saying that to him? Why are you manipulating that child? And I see it every day with parents that I talk to about their kids. Can't do it. You're ruining your children and your spouse by what you're saying, the energy that you carry. And it shouldn't be like that. And it won't be like that in the future when we're all on the same kind of page as we were in 3D 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, when everybody acted the same, dysfunctional. And the weirdos were us. Now, the hippies, the freaks, yeah, the new age people. Well, guess what? Now the new age people kind of outweigh the others. And you see that all over the place, right? And there'll be more of us as time goes on, because everybody's going through ascension. And the ones that have chosen not to in this lifetime will not. But they will be a few million people, not the majority. And as things really start to change and they give up on all the things, most of their things, I will say, that they were taught in this lifetime, they will be remarkable with understanding of just how different life can be. Just how different life can be. For your children, for your spouse, for your family. Did I ever think my sister would be going through transformation? Not in a million years. No freaking way. No way. That was not in, I thought that was not in her program at all this lifetime. But guess what? Realization, connectivity, having dreams about flying back and forth to Maui to visit me. Yeah. Confirmation for me. I know we're going there, but it's kind of nice to have somebody visit me in dreams, going back to Hawaii. Yeah. So we all have a destination. You can have anything that you want. And you don't even have to think about it, Spirit says. It'll just happen. You have to be the one who receives it and goes, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Like on a YouTube feed. A meditation, a conversation. You're supposed to listen to that. It pops up the page, hits you in the face. No. I don't like the title. Or, no, ego. On Facebook, not liking, and Instagram, not hearting and liking things on Instagram. Same thing. When you put that energy out there that is positive, positive comes back. When you don't read it, when you don't like it or heart it, right? It's negative energy. They want you to engage with them, and the way that they can do that for mindless humans in our mindless time in our day, hopefully everybody has some, is to heart stuff. Love it. Click, click, read it. This is great. When I post things on Facebook, you get one word. It's either yes, this, or truth. That's what he tells me. Truth on that, Bill. This is what's important right here. This. And yes. Yes. 3 words. That's all I ever say. Sometimes I'll say a little bit worried, like, read this again and again and again, because you need to read it a couple times to really get it. Like, yeah. And I read it out loud, which you should too. Okay? Why? So you hear it. So ego can't manipulate it in your head. You know, that's not really true. What that meme is saying, that posting, that stuff's crazy. That's not true. Oh my God, I know. It's never going to happen for me. It's never going to happen for me. Well, that's not true. That's a lie. Did I ever think I'd be this person? Not whoever this person is. I have no idea who I am, right? I know where I'm at spiritually. Do I know where I'm going? Yeah, pretty much. But I never could have a concept of who I am today. That's a good thing. Because I let all that control go. I let it all go. Do I care? No, I don't care anymore. People say, Bill, it just happens for you. No, it doesn't. It may look like it's easy, but it's not. It's not easy for anybody. Again, I know people who have been doing this for 20, 30 years, and they're going through transformation, and it is hell. Because they have no idea how to deal with it. They've never had to do it before. They were automatically connected back in the day, and they're still doing the same thing, and they're making lots of money until they don't. They have to pull away and go into cocoon mode because they can't deal with everything the universe is trying to pull out of them because they never had to face their stuff. 2000, I went to therapy for 13 years on and off. Yeah. Why? Because they told me to. I listened. Because I was angry all the time. I was an emotional wreck all the time. I yelled and screamed at work all the time. I was intense all the time. Because I'm a Capricorn. I'm still intense now. But not nearly as bad as I was then. And all of us go through that at one time or another. We do. That's transformation. My transformation after 4 or 5 years in therapy, bonus. Oh my God. That's what my sister said. Therapy is ruining you. You've changed. It ain't ruining me. I'm just not the same person that you have known your entire life. And that's a good thing. You want to follow me? No, I'm good. Okay, you still be dysfunctional. I love you so much, but okay, do that. Didn't talk for 3 months, I think it was, which is bizarre. She finally called me up after 3 or 6 months and said, yeah, I get what you're saying. I understand. Bonus. Because eventually they get it because they're supposed to be in your life. If they're not supposed to be in your life, they won't be in your life. They will simply disappear. Like your friends, coworkers, all kinds of people. If they're not supposed to be in your life, gosh, let them go. Let them go. Because you're going here and they're not. And back in the day, in 2000, talk therapy worked for me. Even though I was clairvoyant, I did not understand my whole spectrum of who I am in that realm. I was still partially Muggle. Yeah. And I love being a Muggle. I had the voice, and I could do whatever I wanted to do, and they could keep me out of trouble, and da-da-da-da. Oh, many times. Hey, Carmelina. Yeah. See? So it's all there. We just have to access it and allow ourselves to do that by getting our ego out of the way, which stops our connection, which completely shuts our crown chakra down because we're worried, we're upset, we're angry, we're crying in our heart, we're not joyous. But when we have joy, fun, we play, have a good time, we need to understand we need more of that. And how did I get that? How did I get in that energy? Well, guess what? They did it for you to say, hey, come on up. But the next day you go, oh my gosh, I don't know what I did yesterday. Well, take a note. Be conscious. Go, okay, today's energy is really, really good. Why? What shifted? For me, it was a brand new month. I'm like, oh my God, again. You know, and it's going to be the same way this month. Those retrograde planets in October the 2nd, Mercury goes, stations direct, and then starts to move forward. So that's gone. Not another one till next year. Bonus. The 23rd, Saturn and Jupiter stop and go forward. So in the month of October, we have 3 out of the 6 planets which absolutely go back forward, and everything that's stuck floods us. But we have to be conscious to take it and not be stuck in that bullshit mood of, oh my God, is that really for me? Oh my gosh, is that really for, yeah, it's for you. Spirit, I need you to bring me more of that because I'm ready. I need you to bring me more of that because I'm ready. Then do the work. Do the work. Do the energy work with Tammy. Do the energy work with yourself. I found another person in England who's amazing, who does amazing meditations and amazing, wow, it's just crazy, crazy. Came on my YouTube feed, and Spirit said, look at that. I'm like, okay, I watched it, and I was like, boom, connection. Yeah, that's why it is so important that you use social media for your benefit, because they will bring you everything that you need to learn. Trust me, everything that you need to learn on social media, and then a few humans now and then like myself. Yeah, see? And that's a good segue to Element packages. Element coaching memberships. They're on billhobart.com, all right? Depends on how much you can, how much you want to get to know yourself, how much coaching you may need, how much more bill you would want, from 15 minutes to an hour every single month, every month, 1 to 5 or 6 questions every single month by text or email. And it's not that expensive. You have to make an investment, of course, but it is so rewarding for me to watch people grow. I mean, I've seen people that are in the program absolutely go leaps and bounds forward. And they're just like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that that's the same person that I've known a year ago. It goes for a year, and you pay for a year, you get 13 months for free. So check those out at billhobart.com. They're there. I'm still doing readings every day, but Sunday. Okay? If you want to know what's going on in your life, book a reading. 15 minutes, half an hour, an hour and a half. If you want to talk for a longer time, it's all at billhobart.com. It's all right there. And I will say this again, that as I go forward, I've been giving notice after notice from Spirit that I'm going to be doing most of my videos at home and posting them on YouTube. Okay? So if you guys please would, today, tonight, tomorrow, please go to my YouTube channel and like the videos, subscribe if you would, comment on my videos. Not one person commented last week. So my viewings were down because it didn't go, because the algorithms YouTube's algorithms and Facebook and Instagram, all of them, Twitter, all of them use algorithms to send people notifications about stuff. And that's what counts. And also, guys, if you want to donate, you can now donate on my YouTube channel. You can also donate on my Facebook or on my at billhobart.com. Because people asking me more and more, Bill, how can I donate? How can I donate? Because they appreciate what Coaching for the Soul is. They appreciate the postings. They appreciate the videos, all kinds of things. So there's two places on YouTube, on the Bill Hobart channel, and also at billhobart.com. So if you have questions, let me know. I will answer them as quick as I can. 248-310-7689. They got to be yes or no answers. They cannot be something where I have to write a complete long text, because I won't do those, because I can't type as quick as I think with Spirit. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me on Coaching for the Soul, Thursday 3. I'll see you next Thursday at 3 o'clock. God help us. And namaste. All right, guys. I'll see you. Bye.